Here we are in front of the Playmates booth. We're going to be checking everything out that's TMNT. We're going to be checking out Monsterverse, and we're going to be checking out the new Power Rangers Reignition line. So stay tuned as we take a walk, and we're going to have a moment to chat with our favorite Ninja Turtles rep, Pat Lyon. And here we are with the Ignition line. These were just kind of teased, and we're seeing them for the first time at the show. Most of these won't be out until 2026, but you can see they have the converting feature here when you squeeze the character to have that classic action in the figure. There's also going to be a villain line launching in the future. This price point is going to be $9.99 for these Power Rangers and the aliens. And then over here we have the battle bikes. You can see the packaging here, rough kind of estimation what this will look like. And what's cool about these is they have an action feature. So check this out here. Now, we asked about if they're removable, and they are. You could check out this little tab here where you could pull it and be able to take the character out. But yeah, so you could take these characters out separately, but you could use the battle feature while they're on it. Now, here's a higher price point on these. It's probably going to be 15 to 20, but these are super articulate and much more detailed Power Rangers. So you can see them all here with their weapons, and they're going to be in a more premium packaging, but these are also going to be launching in the same year. Over here, we see the Megazord, and this is an electronic Megazord. It's going to be a little different than the other one I'm going to show you. This one will have sounds and lights feature. Over here, we have the combiners. So much like we saw with the Lions and for Voltron, these are going to be individually boxed. At this point, there's no plans to do a giant box containing all of the units together, but it's kind of cool that they come with the little minifigures too that you could kind of set up there in the command deck of the Megazord, so you can see him all combined right here. And there's our Mastodon. You can see him in the packaging with the T-Rex unit. Now they also have a line of roleplay stuff we're going to be able to check out. It's going to be masks. And then the belt here. You can see in this little video, you might not be able to hear it, but lights and sounds. Each little coin here will give you a different set of sounds for the morphing ability. And over here we have the Blade Blaster, which can go back and forth between Blade and Blaster, as you can see here. And this will have lights and sounds as well. And the other roleplay accessory is going to be the Dragon Dagger, and it comes with a coin too, so you could use it on the Power Morpher as well. So this will have lights and sounds, playing a classic theme song and other abilities. And then you have the mini line, a plush line, and then the classic 8-inch figures. Now these look exactly like the originals. They even have the I forget what that's called, but like the chrome coating on the belts there. And the packaging, unknown at this point. We're hoping it's going to be very close to the original. But here's just a quick look at these. Again, this is really early. These aren't going to be out until 2026. So you're seeing them first here. Don't worry, they will be doing the Blue Ranger as well. And on to the Turtles. We're going to start with a role play. So some of these are already out, the build and battle. But the spin attacks here are a little bit new. They're going to be available in the fall. These weapons could be used traditionally, or they bend at the handle so you can spin them around. Over here, we have a mix assortment of other products. A lot of these have been out already, the Tootin' Turtles. But now we have the Burpin' Turtles right here, where you just squeeze him and he will burp in the stomach. We're going to have some mini sets where we have a line of mini turtles that will come in. The heads will transform into different little play sets where you can see Michelangelo here, or Leonardo. And then here's a nice little gem. We saw a tease of this back in July at Comic-Con. Right here, we get to see the set itself, the classic sewer. This is going to be 1-to-1 scale with the original. So nothing is going to be different here. It's going to have all the pieces. It's going to have all the pipes. They're not here at the show, but they will have all the pipes for this set. Now, you can see here on the box, the sticker says smaller box, but the same size. It is the same size. They just have shipping constraints. They're going to keep it a little bit smaller, but it is definitely going to be the same size. So don't worry about that. It will be 1-to-1. It will work with your turtles, and the pipe will still connect to the Technodrome, just like it did originally. And over here, we have another play set that is going to be based on the new show. And you can see little silhouettes here where you can't see exactly what the new characters are going to be, but this will be based for the second season. This will be foldable into a turtle, and you have little action features, and you will be able to show all the other turtles here as well. We're going to have some more vehicles in the turtle line. Originally, we saw the bike, and we had Rocksteady, but now we're going to be getting an assault buggy with Leonardo and a recon buggy with Donatello. You can see the little pipes here with the characters. They're going to be special characters, again, that are coming with them with little helmets, just like we had with Raphael. And you can see the little plow feature as well. Over here, we have another assortment of turtles. Roll and punch Leonardo, where you could twist them around and he will punch. And we have these new turtles where essentially, as you slide them along, they'll be throwing out little swords. So they're called flingers. They reach back and grab their little katana, and they will throw it forward. And over here, we have an assortment of new vehicles coming out, including the 2012 Turtles Battle Wagon, and then we have the Mutant Module. Here it is, newly tooled. This should be available this summer. I believe this one is coming from Target. And you can see it here with the rotating drill. It has all its parts. The rotating drill works as well. This will be the box. It's 1-to-1 scale. And then you saw the foot cruiser here. This will be a Amazon exclusive, I believe. I might be mixing these two up, but this is the original 80s one. This is not the new one, but it's going to look exactly like this. It's going to be 1-to-1, and it's going to be tooled very similarly. So they're just kind of letting you know, but this will be exactly what it looks like. All right, on to the figure reveals. Look at the next wave. We have Worm, we have Chrome Dome, we have Scaletail, and we have Anthrax, which was one of the tougher characters to get in the series. It's very exciting to see these guys coming out soon. We'll try to get clarification on dates with Pat in just a minute. And then we have the 2012 series that should be out there right now or coming out very, very soon. And then over here, we have a look at some of the Sewer Sports Turtles and then the movie series as well. All of these, of course, are already out. Okay. Hey, I'm with Pat Linden here. We're going to ask some of your questions on the Turtles line after we just saw some of these great reveals. Pat, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Great to be back in New York for Toy Fair.
All right, we're excited to be here again. So our first question we have is, how is Playmates making decisions on what classic figures to do next? We saw some great ones over there, and we'd just like to know the thought process behind what gets decided to go in the next wave of classics.
Well, there's a couple things. First is a lot of the figures that we brought back are based on the original tools. So we have to look and see if those original tools are ready and available. And if not, do we retool or do we have to fix some tools? And in that case, we have to retool some specific parts. So that goes a lot into it. And then we look at, what we're doing in the TV show line as well. And if there's a correlation that we can draw from the TV show to the classic, we look at that as well.
Thank you. So does that mean if it's not available, you're going to freshly retool or make a tool for a character?
We've done that. We've done that quite a few times, actually. And, we look at past sales numbers and see what was popular back then, what sold well back then. And, that goes into consideration, or we take that into consideration, too, when we decide to relaunch a new character.
Okay, thank you. What is a question we get from people in the U.S. and overseas is on distribution. What is Playmates doing to sort of make it easier to get products in stores?
Well, in the U.S., we work through the traditional retailers, the Targets, the Walmarts, and Amazons, as well as a number of specialty stores or mom and pop stores. International wise, we work through distributors. So whether it's the UK or anywhere around the world, we work with different distributors to make sure that they're getting the latest releases that you see in the US as well.
Okay. So I think I asked you this last time in July, the Jumbo line, is there still plans to keep that going? We had the 4 Turtles, but I think Bebop and Rocksteady were also part of the original Jumbo line. Is that something we might still consider to do?
When you say the Jumbo line...
I'm sorry, the larger scale, 12-inch
scale? Yeah. Oh, 12-inch scale, we're kind of winding that down a little bit from the standpoint. We did the movie Turtles for that line. We did the classic as well. We did some offshoots of Turtles, like the Roll and Punch. And next, we plan on doing a head drop in Leo in that larger scale as well.
Perfect. All right. The Ninja Elite line. So there was a couple animated figures that came out, I believe, back in 2023. We haven't seen any more. Is that something that's still planned to continue? Let's hold on one second.
The Ninja Elite line, no. We're discontinuing that, and we will continue with the remastered Turtles that we did for this past year. That was a Walmart exclusive, but we'll continue that into this year with new characters like Bebop, Rocksteady, as well as Shredder and Splinter. And those will appear in different packs.
Okay. Last question I have for you is, are there thoughts for continuing lines for characters that were never done? For an example, like the movie series Casey Jones.
Look at everything is fair game. It's just finding the right opportunity and time to launch it. Obviously, there's a lot going on in Turtles with the Tales of TV show, and then once we get into 2026, we'll refocus our efforts and energies and really focus on the next movie that comes out. But look at it; it's always fair game, and I'm sure we'll throw in a surprise here and there. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well, bonus question. I asked you this last time, and every time you answer it, it comes true. So what are you passionate about seeing next?
Next, I think there's some pretty interesting characters that'll be part of the TV series that'll happen in later fall of this year and into 26. But obviously very excited about the next movie that's happening in October of 2026. And I think that'll be very, very awesome.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time today. Appreciate it. We got great reveals here. We're very excited about the sewer layer, and we just keep looking forward to what you guys are going to do to wow us next.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And we appreciate the support. So thank you.
All right. Thanks. And here's a look at the Monsterverse collection. You can see all the different figures here, including King Kong, Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Tiamat, I forget what the ice dragon is, Mothra, and you even get a flocked King Kong back here if you weren't tracking on that. Real feel, as they call it. And then over here you can see some more of these creatures, different versions of Godzilla, different versions of King Kong, and different versions of Mechagodzilla here with a battle roar, one of our favorites. And then over here we have some of the mid-range scale. This will make sense in a minute-wise, mid, not large. But you can see the different, a lot more detail on them, a lot bigger, a lot more functionality to them, and articulation. And then over here, the Heat Ray Godzilla, a little larger, a little more functional, and then the Mega Punching King Kong. And a brief look at the Monsterverse we have here. We're going to have Godzilla, little capsules from Godzilla that open up to have little minifigures in them. You can see all the different figures. We're going to have a Kong Beast Glove, where he could have sound effects, battle sounds, and it should motion activated on this one. We have some masks, and then we have some of the Titan class figures here, with the giant Godzilla and the giant King Kong with his little battle axe. Well, big battle axe. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed that look at the Playmates booth. Very cool that we have all those great little classic vehicles and that amazing sewer playset coming out, keeping it 1-to-1. And then we have that new line of classic figures. We got to see the whole Power Rangers line coming out in 2026. And we got to take a look at some of the new Monsterverse figures as well. This was a treat because last time we were here, Playmates was not letting any videography inside the booth. So now we actually got to see things. There were a lot more. We cannot show photos of them, but it is stuff pertaining to the second season of the Tales from the TMNT line. So just be excited. But there will be reveals soon, I guess, in the near future when the properties unveil these characters in future outings. And Playmates has said that they might be at Comic-Con this year as a panel again. So maybe we'll see some more reveals as well. That is all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you guys at the next booth.